Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and to another video. In this video, I thought we could talk about 5 of my favorite trailing Hoyas, and I would show you the ones that I have in my collection currently. Be sure and stick around to the end because I will be showing you guys one of our giveaway plants that's coming up very soon. I'll be doing the giveaway in the next probably week to 2 weeks. So be on the lookout for that. So let's not waste any time and just jump right on into it. So up first, oh, and I should mention, these are in no particular order whatsoever. First, we have the queen herself, literally the OG. This is the Hoya Crimson Queen, and look at her showing off with all of her new beautiful growth. I love this Hoya. So this is my largest queen, obviously. I do have a much smaller pot of her sitting over on this shelf, but she, for whatever reason, the smaller one doesn't grow nearly as fast as this large basket does. So, and as you can see, she's actually starting to try and grab a hold of this part of her hanging basket and climb up it. She probably would appreciate a trellis or something to climb, but I'm just really enjoying the look of her trailing. I really love the way the vines look cascading down in front of that south-facing window over there where I have her hanging. So I'm just kind of letting her be wild and free and do her thing. The queen is a really fast grower. I've noticed she seems to grow quite a lot faster than my princess. I don't know if that's just the plants that I have or the conditions that's in my home, but she is so beautiful, and she does have a vine of all white leaves here. Look at this one, it's so cute. So I let this queen dry out completely between waterings, and then I just take her into my shower and give her a nice soaking, rinse through her pot, wash off all of her leaves. Look at these new babies right here. And then I typically just hang her up and let her dry overnight or for the day, and then I pop her back in the window. She does excellent. She's getting some nice southern sun. It's not too intense because I do have buildings and trees blocking a lot of the light that I get, but she seems to be loving it so far. She's growing a ton. Definitely, the Hoya Crimson Queen definitely made this list. Oh, and guys, can we just look how massive these leaves are? For a Crimson Queen, that is huge. Like, look at that. And she has several of these larger leaves too, right here. And I don't know what's causing them to get so large, but I'm not complaining. I love it. They're just, yes, yes, girl. So the next Hoya that I want to talk about, that is an absolute gorgeous trailer, is my beautiful Hoya Australis. Oh my gosh. Oh. Now I do have a much smaller specimen over on my Hoya shelf. It was just one rooted vine that I ordered from a place on Etsy. And it finally has pushed up a second vine out of the soil and has new leaves coming in, which is so exciting. But I seen the opportunity to pick this up on Plant Arena for a very reasonable price. This was the small pot. Look how massive she is. Oh my gosh, it's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And guys, this was $25, I think. Plantarena.com. Yeah. I mean, whew, beautiful, right? The Hoya Australis is, it's one of my favorite Hoyas for sure. The leaves are just almost circular and they're so glossy and beautiful. I love a round, chubby, succulent leaf. So this is one I can definitely appreciate. And then these vines just, I don't know, like you have some up here standing, and then we have these ones trailing, like cascading over, and I think it's the most beautiful thing. Hoya Australis Lisa is very high on my wish list, but honestly, the Hoya Australis herself is absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait to repot this eventually and hang it up in a macrame. Hoya Australis. I'm gonna make a lovely basket to put in a macrame. It's beautiful. This is a score, right? So the next Hoya that I want to talk about is my lovely Hoya Snowball. And I'm not sure if that is her actual name or not, but that is what I purchased her as from Coco Ranch. It's an online shop based in Florida, and sometimes they have some really nice different variety of Hoya. This is one of them that I got last summer, and it has grown so much. This was just a little rooted cutting with just a few leaves on it, and it's really taken off. Like, look at this giant cluster here. All of these new leaves, that's amazing. We have more new growth coming in there, and there. Here's new leaves right here. There's like so many of these leaves are new. Like the more large leaves here, those are new. And I was under the impression that this got its name Hoya Snowball because there is kind of a white flecking on the leaves. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that would be my assumption as to why it's named that, but I don't know. If you guys do know another name for it, please let me know. As you can see, I mean, I could probably put this on a trellis, and I do have some of my Hoya on trellises climbing up, but there's just something about a large leaf trailing Hoya that really, really gets to me. Like, I am obsessed. And I actually had another I had another vining piece of this that had snapped off whenever it was shipped to me last year that I had rooted and potted up by itself, and I actually sent that to a friend not too long ago. The next Hoya that I wanted to talk about is the Hoya surreygoensis, and this is another large leafed Hoya. It's so beautiful, and I don't see it talked about that much, and I'm not sure why. Everyone seems to be really into the larger leafed Hoyas, as am I, and also the trailing Hoyas. This one has both of those characteristics, and it's beautiful. Look at these leaves, guys. I love the large shape of the leaves, and I also love the veination on the leaves. It's so pretty. It's so unique. They also have this beautiful shine to them. Mine needs dusted really bad. Well, it's actually not too bad at the moment, but even still, it has that gorgeous shine. You can see some of the older leaves are a lot smaller. This plant has grown again so much. All of my Hoyas have definitely taken notice to spring popping up, and they're all growing like crazy. But look at this leaf here. And believe it or not, this isn't a super new leaf, but for whatever reason, it just decided it wanted to stay this lime green. And I have no problem with that whatsoever. I think it's so pretty. It's huge. It's seriously almost the size of my hand. And then we can tell by looking at these stems here that it's a relatively old plant. So this cutting that I had received came off of an older plant. And yeah, I think that's really neat. As I've mentioned before, I really love the idea of having a plant in my home that came off of this really old plant from someone else's home. I just think that's so cool. This plant is finally cascading and spilling out of its pot and starting to trail, and I cannot wait for it to get even bigger. Maybe eventually I'll propagate it to encourage it to put out some more growth on the other side of the pot to fill it out a little bit. But honestly, I'm really loving the look of my Hoyas trailing over one side of the pot and spilling out. I think it looks really cool. Hoya surreygoensis. Hoya surreygoensis, definitely one of my favorites. Definitely should be talked about more, and it's also seems to be a very hardy Hoya. I've had this since last summer. I purchased this from Coco Ranch as well with the Snowball. I think it's a great Hoya. Fifth and final plant in my top 5 favorite trailing Hoyas is going to be, of course, the beautiful Hoya heiress. Look at her. I mean, come on, guys. How could I not include the heiress in a trailing Hoya video? I mean, I could not do it. Now, Side note, this is not my Hoya. So let me grab her. So this is my plant. This is my heiress that I got from Plant Arena that you guys would have seen me unbox a couple months back. And can we just look at all of that new growth? All of that new growth coming out on top. And I've actually cut this to send to friends twice now. And I even took a few pieces out of the top of the pot that was already rooted and sent to Sarah. I think that's really encouraged it to start popping out new growth because I mean, it's just coming out everywhere. I love it so much. I can't wait till we move and I can put this in a nice hanging basket as well. It's gonna look so beautiful. This is my plant. Where did this one come from? And whose is it? Right? Dun dun dun. So this right here, guys, is actually going to be one of our giveaway plants. So I know that I had mentioned before that I had planned on just ordering the giveaway plants and having them shipped directly to the winners' homes. But because Plant Arena, which is where I got this one as well, because they had another plant in stock that I really wanted, I went ahead and had them shipped here. We're just letting this acclimate a little bit and we'll be doing the giveaway here in a couple weeks. I've had this now for about 2 weeks probably. It's doing really well. It did have a little bit of shipping distress, if you will. So several of these long pieces had freaked out in the mail and completely lost all of their leaves. So I will be trimming these pieces off and I'll probably be taking this out of the pot and shipping it bare root. This is the #1 giveaway winner for my 1K giveaway. And I'm so excited to give this to you guys. I will be announcing the second plant or prize in my next video. So there'll be 2 winners for my 1K. But anyway, so I mean, this will probably be my #1 pick for hanging or trailing Hoyas in reality, because it's just so gorgeous, it's so flowy, it's so effortless, so elegant. For care, honestly, I let this dry out, but I don't let it stay dry like I would my other Hoya. Most of my more succulent Hoyas I will let dry out until I can pretty well bend their leaves. So I don't know if you guys have heard Nick Pileggi talk about the taco test that he uses for his peperomia. I find that that same test works really well with my succulent Hoyas. So if you can bend their leaf and it doesn't feel like it's going to snap in half, then that's time to water. For this, once I notice the soil is dry, I go ahead and give it a water, and it seems to be doing really well with that. It also gets really bright sun from my southern window. It has prime real estate in that window on that plant stand, and it also gets some really nice bursts of humidity from my second humidifier that I've set up over there. So definitely would recommend. 10 out of 10. It's a beautiful plant. I can't wait to give one back to you guys. So do be on the lookout in the next couple of weeks for that giveaway video. I know I've talked about it, but I promise, guys, it's coming. I just had to get some last minute details worked out with everything that's been going on. It's just been a little bit crazy, but. So guys, that is gonna be it for this video. That's just about gonna wrap it up, I believe. Let me know down below in the comments which one of these Hoyas are your favorite and what ones would you like to add to the list for your favorite trailing Hoya. Thank you guys so much for being here and watching, and I will see you guys very soon in my next video. I love you all so much. Bye guys.